I'm highly sensitive.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
I think I'm the most sensitive person in the house.
No, there's a difference being sensitive and reacting to things she doesn't need to react to. So that, yeah.
I'm admitting I'm hypersensitive.
For all film-related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Lovely to meet the Sinha siblings. Ab mujhe dono batao who's the most dominating one amongst the two of you.
Dominating? I don't think either of us are dominating.
Achha, who calls the shots?
Who calls
Depends.
the shots?
Depends.
We're calling the shots on.
But since we're talking about House of Creativity, so I think the credit goes to Luv. But I spoke to you, Sonakshi, 2 saal pehle, when you were sketching and posting. And we discussed the same thing, ki exhibition kyun nahi kar rahi ho? And you were like, haan, karungi. At the moment, I'm just doing this.
Kar liya, dekha.
So how did this come about? I mean, Luv, was your sister the catalyst? You saw, you know, the self-taught artist at home saying, iski tarah main baki artists ko bhi platform do.
No, actually, an ek cheez hai ki I can't take the credit for it myself. I think, I mean, the only thing I say is obviously because of everyone's schedule and because kabhi ho jata hai ki, you know, you just take on the responsibility, but I can't take the credit for it alone. I think it's a joint effort by all of us. And I think, nahi, shuruaat isliye hui because, that was the reason that I saw that my brother takes really good photographs. My sister's, you know, good artist, very good artist. So I felt ki, you know, ki, if we just, it shouldn't just be for us. I personally believe that it should never just be for us. It should be for other artists. I think that's why we decided to start it. And this exhibition was something we were all working towards for a while. Like we were just waiting for things to ease up a bit, you know, ki, matlab ki, obviously ki, cases come ho jaye, you know, people have been vaccinated. The situation becomes more stable. So that's why we decided to have it now. In fact, it got delayed by 2 months because the second wave was happening back then.
Okay. So now, how has it changed over the 2 years? Because I know pehle you were making, you know, the faces of Buddha and faces basically. So, and you are a self-taught artist. Now that was something that really intrigued me. So how come? I mean, since when did you realize that, you know, you had a flair for this? Or fir ladki acting mein chali gayi?
Honestly, I've been sketching since I was a child. Or I used to not think much of it. It was not something that I did intentionally. Aap mere haath mein pen thama do, my hand will just keep moving on its own. And that's how I kind of kept developing the skill. And over the years, it kind of got very, very strong. So I used to sketch all the time. Then because I was a good at sketching, I got into fashion school actually. That was the biggest reason for me because I used to make figures and faces and all. And I said, you know what next to do after school? So I said, fashion looks like a good choice for me to get into. And find fashion designing. And then eventually, I think over the years, it kept getting better. My teacher in school was amazing. She let me kind of develop my own style. She didn't hamper it in any way or try to change it in any way. So I kept working on that. And then eventually I started painting. And painting, ek baar shuru kar diya, so I think there was no stopping me. I made like some 30 paintings at one go.
Wow.
So just trying to discover what style I can sort of lock on. And I'm still experimenting, still growing as an artist. And I love that process. I enjoy it. It's like meditation for me. And when the House of Creativity came about, I was like, you know what, this is genuinely the best step that all three of us as siblings can take because all three of us are very, very creative. So yeah, it just seemed like the most obvious to do.
But how do you both manage? I mean, how do the three of you manage given your busy schedules? Because actors never get time off.
Well, Luv manages the HOC bit, which is House of Creativity. For me to create my art, honestly, like I said, it's like meditation for me. So even if I'm feeling very, very tired, I come back, I just kind of lock myself up in my art room and let go of all worries, you know, like, and just get the canvas. So I feel like when there are things that you love to do, you don't have to go out of your way to make time for it. It just happens.
True. And Luv, I know it's not just because a sister and brother are creative people, but also you've extended to other aspiring artists who may not get the platform because, you know, art galleries mein wohi bade naam hote hain, 20 figure.
Yeah.
stated, and also art, everyone's interested in art, and to make it accessible, what was that process like?
No, see, that was the point, right? And I think a lot of artists who stuck by or stuck with us, some of them have been there since the start. See, we are primarily a startup, if I have to put it across, right? So we are growing also. So to have them grow with us, I think that's our biggest goal at this point in time. And in the exhibition also to just, showcase their talent to so many people, like so many guests, had come, like Mr. Goenka had come, like Mr. Parvez Damani had come, a lot of guests, certain members of the film fraternity, many from the business community, a lot from the arts community. तो मतलब यही मेरा लक्ष्य था कि मैं उनको एक मतलब एक हो सकता है कि एक प्लेटफॉर्म दे पाऊं जिससे हम सबका भला हो, not just us, like because honestly, if Sonakshi wants to show her artwork, she could just have put it up on Instagram also, but that's not the way to only go about things. This is to be done in a serious manner, in a manner where again, like it's not just seen as a hobby or time pass, because she is a serious artist and we want the world to know that.
Sonakshi, any plans to like actually devote yourself more to it? I know there are films, they'll keep happening. You're flooded with offers, but this aspect of your life, planning to turn this into a full-time thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think because I feel so passionate about it, I think it'll eventually happen. Right now, my career is acting. Hopefully, I would want to make a career out of this as well. And the process has started, which I'm very happy about. It's something that I had been sitting on for many, many years. Like they say, better late than never. And I feel now it's something that, because it's gotten such a positive response at the very beginning, the exhibition went off so well. So many people came up to me and appreciated my work. There were a lot of artists at the exhibition itself, and they were also encouraging. So it kind of gave me the push in the right direction. And hopefully going forward, yes, I will convert this into something that could be long. Yeah.
It's also a very aspiring and inspiring thing also for people who, they feel एक बारी acting में घुस गए, वो ही जिंदगी है, वो ही दुनिया है. But the way with this, you're actually saying you should have your options. You should have other fallback options and also pursue other passions, not only devote yourself to one. Because
absolutely, I think as in life, we should just do whatever makes you happy, I think. And life is also actually like the movies. We're playing many different roles. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm an artist, I'm a adventurer. To play all the roles as well as I can. So why not, and like they say, life is too short. You have to do things that make you happy. And this is something that gives me immense happiness.
And I can see that. I can see from your post also. I can see even like the way he's smiling, because it's honestly an amazing thing, because when I saw House of Creativity, I was impressed too. But what do you think are the challenges going forward with startups, with art? Because everyone does start off an art venture. I know for the person like Luv who's handling it, easier said than that. ये नहीं है कि मैंने शुरू किया और सब बस हो गया, So what do you think are the challenges going forward for the both of you?
No, I mean, I'd like to answer this. So the thing is, obviously, we have to grow, right? Not just for artists. Like, obviously, the pandemic was there. Now things are getting back to normal. So obviously, we want to increase the sales that we've had so far. We want to even get more artists on the roster. Right now, on 20 odd years or so. And we've just started. It's not even been a year. So our goal is also to, establish ourselves as one of the leading art companies out there. And obviously expand into different areas, which I won't get into right now, because that's part of our business plan for later. But that's what we want to do. And again, I'm going to do my best to make sure that this organization succeeds for all of us, not just for me. Because like I said, it's not about me. It's about everyone else that's involved with it.
And also coming art aside, also movies. Sonakshi, I know the fact that I followed your career from your first film. You also do movies that, there was a time when you did movies, the movies that, as you spoke, the commercial ones, over time it changed. You wanted to do movies that had a voice, that you could lend your voice to, that resonated with you. So now what can we expect from you? I know double XL.
A complete mixed bag. Honestly, like I said, you have to do everything that makes you happy. The commercial films, so to speak, gave me an audience, gave me a platform to be able to do the kind of films that I did after that, which were, title roles and films that were completely resting on my shoulders. So I think now is the time to kind of experiment, do lots of different things. I only want to do roles that I've never done before. And it's a mixed bag of things, really. I can't really just say I want to do this particular type of thing or that particular type of thing. I want to do everything.
Has your process also changed over the years?
No, my process has been the same, and the process is that I have no process. I go with my heart. I follow my instinct and just do what makes me happy.
I know, because films also are art, and I was just pretty intrigued by the title of Double XL, because you're somebody who stood up against bullies of any sort.
Yes, always will. Always have, always will.
Is that another way also? Because body shaming, I do agree, is high time. So was that the reason you took this up?
Sorry, what?
Was this one of the reasons, because the premise was such, because you have stood up for body positivity?
Yes, absolutely. And not only that, something that I've faced for the most part of my life, growing up, being an overweight girl, and just being discriminated because of your size. I think that's something that I relate to a lot, even after I started my career, actually. So it was a no-brainer for me. I had to be a part of this film, and I would have gone behind them with a balan if they had gone to anybody else other than who might be for this.
And Luv, what about you? What can we expect from you?
So right now I'm shooting for my film, which I can't talk about because we haven't announced it yet. I'm actually in Lucknow, which is why I'm dressed in this very I don't even know what era these clothes are, but yeah, it's that's why I'm dressed in this. And yeah, that's what, I'm post that I'll be coming back, and then there's some other projects that I'm talking with people for. So, but I'll do that once I get back. I clock it when I get back to Mumbai. So yeah. I just want to, mention because we talk about the artists, I just want to mention a little bit, coming back to HOC, is that, the type of artists we got, whether it's a Shalaka Patel, whether it's, Mr. Kedar, whether it's even Mr. Arvind, Ali Akbar Mehta, yeah,
Koshi Pramatraj. I really like her work as well.
So, all of these artists, we're really glad that we could kind of work with them. Because I don't like to say I'm giving them a platform. I like to, personally think of it as all of us coming together to grow together. That's the way I look at it. Yes, definitely. Obviously, the reach that comes from being part of the film industry helps everyone. But I like to think that's everyone working together collectively to make House of Creativity grow. That's why, I call it House of Creativity for two reasons. One is because obviously it's us three. That's literally, Home of Creativity just sounds very tacky. So I just had to make it House of Creativity. But yeah, so, and also because we wanted to be like a house where, other people come in and join in and we all grow together. So I think that was a reason why. And we're very happy to have these artists on board. Yeah.
And before we go, I want to ask both, I've got both the siblings. I want to ask, who is the most sensitive out of the two of you?
I'm highly sensitive.
Yeah, I guess.
I think I'm the most sensitive person in the house.
No.
At the drop of a hat.
No, there's a difference being sensitive and reacting to things she doesn't need to react to. So that's, yeah. So, yeah.
It's a brother statement to make, no?
Yeah.
All two brothers come with that. Yeah. Sensitive, react karti. I think it's a brother being.
Yeah, it's okay.
I am older.
I'm admitting older. I'm hypersensitive.
And my brother behaves like that, though he's younger. Who's better at keeping secrets?
Better at keeping secrets? They are for sure.
No, I don't really have any secrets. Not like I'm doing.
They are best at keeping their own secrets.
Oh.
Not mine.
Who's the lazier one?
No one.
Lazier? No,
I'm not.
Yeah, even I'm not. I'm lazy sometimes when I feel like being, but not all the time.
I'm not lazy at all.
वो लग रहा है यार, enterprising boy. वो लग रहा है.
No, not about enterprising. It's just my lifestyle choice. I'm up at 8:39 on Sunday also, so it makes no difference to me what day it is.
Okay, then I guess between the two, I am.
Goals, man, he is. Rebellious thing the two of you have ever done.
Rebellious.
Rebellious.
जब माँ बाप ने बोला, हे भगवान ये क्या कर रहा है तुम?
I once, so what happened was, again, I don't know if I should repeat the story. So in high school, I was late for an assignment, and वो desperation में कह सकते कि बचपना hota hai, desperation hota hai, I decided to like basically take a paragraph from another student, like basically, and then I got caught for it. And then when I got caught for it, instead of feeling sorry, in fact, I argued with Mama Papa. I said like, it's fine, now I've been punished for it, so what? Like, let's move forward. So I think, and then I made it seem like I'm correct. So I think at that point, like I said, bachpana tha and soch theek nahi thi. So for fighting for the wrong reasons, that's one of the examples I can think of. Like, trying to prove I'm right when I know I'm actually wrong. I think that was something rebellious, but nothing like sneaking into like parties or doing anything like that. Not that type. No.
Yeah, like I think I've been quite a model child, but the only stupid and funny thing I can remember is I think I was in the 8th standard or something, and I had a fight at home. They were not agreeing to something that I wanted or something, and I was like, okay, मैं घर छोड़ के जा रही हूँ. And I left the house and I went 2 lanes down the road to my best friend's house, and they knew exactly where I was. So they sent a car in the evening to pick me up.
Wow, but always to get into trouble. मतलब आप walk कर रहे हो बस trouble हो गया out of the two of you.
No, none. I've been quite a model child.
Wow.
All of us actually.
Wow. एक दूसरे की intolerable habit या weird habit तो बता दो.
Weird habit. I don't like, they're always late. I'm very, very punctual. Yeah.
Am I late?
No, every time we have to go for like some family function or some dinner and all, we are always waiting for y'all.
Papa is late, not for me.
All 3 men in the house are late. Let me just put it like that. And my mom and me are always on time.
That could just be that they're like, again, like I said, that could just be that they're like, they're just extra reactive or something. They just get ready 2 hours earlier. So
no. Nobody gets ready 2 hours early. We just...
I love it. And lastly, what is the one thing that you admire about each other? Because, the thing is, when siblings grow up, they get along better. I mean, I'm sure, do you also fight the way you did when you were 7, or you don't?
No, we used to fight a lot when we were kids.
Yeah.
And it always used to be 2 against 1.
Bichari.
Yeah, that's the problem. But
No.
now, not at all, actually.
No. I don't fight because, again, if there's something I have to say, I will convey it. But then I can't, obviously, I can't force or impose my view, right? So again, like, there's something that I don't agree with, I will say it. But then again, if Sona listens, she listens. If she doesn't listen, what can you do after that? There's only so much you can, push. Yeah.
By the way, she said what she doesn't like about the two of you. Aapko batao, what is the one habit of hers that you don't like? Ye to batao.
The fact that she thinks she knows more than me.
Again, a very brother thing to say. Sisters.
No, but I say.
But
I say my brother also. I say that about my brother also. See, I admit that in certain areas, he knows more than me also in some ways. Like, he's better at handling certain situations. So. Sona is very impulsive and very emotional. So that's where it somewhere comes into.
That's true.
It can lead to. Basically decisions at times that you can basically think about later and realize maybe, I should have thought about a little bit more practically. Little bit.
That's an artist's thought process.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
And lastly, one thing that you admire about the other that you haven't told each other.
I like his dedication to his work. I think, over the years, I've just been seeing him work on himself and his craft. And I think that's quite admirable.
Wow.
Yeah. It's something that I don't do at all. So even more admirable.
No. I think Sona is downplaying herself first of all. I mean, yes, okay. Like, every artist has their own method to work. And my method, again, because I am highly influenced by my father, so it comes from seeing him and how he used to work and how he used to prepare.
Yeah.
So it's nothing like that. She's not hardworking. She's very hardworking. But like I said, every artist has their own method. So, if you weren't hardworking, I don't know.
I didn't say I'm not hardworking. I'm just saying the kind of
the practicing. I know what it is.
Action or dance or all of that. I think it's very, very cool.
No, dance I just do because I know she's a better dancer than me anyway. And I went on my father in that way in some ways. So I always have to keep on working on myself. But yeah, I like, and anyway, coming back to Sonakshi, I think the fact that that she's got a very good heart, like, and again, like I said, like it's a very good heart, and that's why sometimes the decisions may not always be good for her. But the fact is that she is a good person, and that's what matters. Like, again, like I won't get into it because I generally don't go and tell her also, that about films and all, because she takes her own call. But again, like, I know why she does certain films, because, even even in terms of people, she trusts people quite a bit. And that, is a good thing. But at the same time, you have to be a little careful, especially being part of the industry.
I totally get that. Thank you so much. वैसे घर में critic कौन है सबसे बड़ा जो बोलता है खामोश सबको? I know that goes to
me. और माँ का फोन भी आया right on cue.
Wow. But
yeah.
So Ma is the critic. Actually, she's actually the ringmaster.
Full critic, fan, everything all rolled into one. No holds barred when it comes to her giving her opinion on any of us. So yeah, she's the biggest critic also, and she's the biggest fan also.
The ladies managed 4 actors in the house. या कुछ तो उनको दो.
Guts.
Thank you so much, and many congratulations for House of Creativity. Wanting to see it grow from strength to strength. And how about you? When is the solo exhibition happening?
Sorry?
When is the solo exhibition happening?
Solo exhibition, eventually it will. Like I said last time, धीरे-धीरे करके सब करेंगे. And now this exhibition has happened. Hopefully soon there should be a solo exhibition. But because it's House of Creativity, I was really honored, and it was a huge thing for me to be showcasing my work alongside such talented artists. And I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. जब solo करना होगा वो भी कर लेंगे.
Really, many congratulations and all the very best.
Thank you so much, Puja.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.